So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through a renovation that I did of a small 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom upstairs apartment. The time-lapse video is going to show the construction process of demoing and removing all of the existing walls and cabinets and unwanted things and replacing them with the new walls, outlets, and things. The video will not get into finishes such as paint, flooring, tile, etc., but it will show the process of setting up to put those finishes in place. The video also will not show the bathroom construction because it was too small to fit a camera inside, and everything in the bathroom took place pretty quickly. Okay, here is the time-lapse video. Hope you enjoy. So basically what's taking place now is we're taking out the wall. Well, they are demoing out the wall because we want to create an open space, and they're going to end up having to reroute the wiring that's there. They're going to have to reroute that into this wall where they're removing the closet and have the light switch be placed over here. You'll see them currently taking up the wiring and basically connecting it to that existing wiring so that a new electrical outlet can be placed in that wall. Here is the kitchen wall. We're basically demoing out that entire wall so that we can have this space have an island and be open to that living room section. And over here, a new closet is being added where the closet all the way in the back there is going to be closed up. A new closet on this side near the kitchen is going to be added. So that's what's taking place here. And there was electric in this wall, and so they're rewiring that and adding new lighting for the pendants that'll be above the island. So in this soffit overhead, he's basically rewiring the light switch to connect to 2 pendant lights that'll be right underneath where he's standing. Here, the closet that's back there, they're going ahead and finishing up the process of closing that off and installing the new light switch location. You can see it is very small, but that's the new light switch from the wiring in the previous portion we talked about. And that's just prepping the gypsum to go ahead and go over that wall. Here, he's basically doing the framing for the new closet wall that's going to be on the kitchen. We're looking from the other side of the wall now that was demoed. And he's basically going to add an electrical outlet. That way, when they're sitting at the kitchen island, people can charge their phones. And that's just putting the wiring through the studs and, you know, the box and getting everything set up. Here, he's wiring the lights for the pendants. This is going ahead and adding gypsum to the closet. That way, you can cover up the framing and go ahead and start with the joint compound. Here, we're putting a thermostat because the thermostat was in that wall we knocked down. And so here they're wiring both an electrical outlet at the bottom and they're going to be putting a thermostat at the top and going ahead and closing off that wall now that he has all his electrical in. Here you're going to see him just putting a piece of plywood, well, not plywood, but a piece of wood to go ahead and support the light fixtures that'll be under there and closing off that soffit. Here they're just doing the last finishing touches on the new closet and the new soffit area, and he's just going to close it up with the gypsum or drywall, sheetrock, whatever you want to call it. You can see there, they're making sure the lights work, closing up that back closet, making sure those light switches work. And that space is pretty much done for the most part. Next part of this video, they're gonna move on to the new shelving. So here it's a little blurry, but basically they're fixing the structure from where we knocked down that wall. And just putting a support beam to span from that back wall to the hallway wall. Now it's a little clearer, you can see. As it says in the video, he's just putting some subflooring down to help level out the floor from where the wall that was originally there was removed. And now he's building out the new shelving that I proposed in the design I showed earlier. It's a new shelving unit to help separate the hallway from the living room, but not isolate the space because it's a pretty small space. So we wanted to make sure visually you could still see through, but still creating some type of separation from the hallway to the living room. He's putting up drywall to close off what he just did. Now he's creating oh no, he's not creating the shelving unit. He's closing off those and adding corner beads and whatnot, but soon he'll be framing out the shelving unit and fitting it in to the two posts that he just created. So that's just adding the corner beads so that everything can be smoothed off evenly. And here you can see the framing out of the display case shelving unit that I was speaking of earlier, which is one of my favorite additions. I think it was a really great solution to the hallway issue we had, where that current hallway was off center with the rest of the hallway and completely blocking off the living room, which was totally unnecessary. Now he's using joint compound to just go ahead and smooth out everything and get it prepped for painting later. Those are the baseboards that'll be put in place later at the bottom of the shelving. Here is the other end of the hallway. So basically I wanted to create another display case to address a problem where the hall was off center. There's a picture in the before and afters where you can see the hallway, kind of the plane shifted. And so in order to make it even, I thought it would be nice to take that leftover space and create a display case for, you know, pictures and candles and things of that nature. So here he's just doing the rest of the build out to put the display case under there evenly. The joint compound part is my favorite parts. Here, they're finishing up that new closet addition by just installing the door. The framing's already in place. And voila, new closet. Making sure things were flush in this project was very, very important. Everything aligned, everything flush, just to, when you have such a small space, making sure the corner details and alignments and things really help take the eye away from distractions and just make the space feel a lot bigger. Again, the application of joint compound once you have all your drywall in place. This looks a lot faster than it is in person, but it takes a lot of coats, a lot of seams.